Alrighty, what is up everybody and welcome back to Astroneer. As always, I am Dor, and today we're starting off here in the space platform thing because I have the little thingy to put onto this thing to get the ring up and going here, and I believe it's this guy in the first one. Oops, I missed. Yep, okay, so we have the ring spinning, so we need another one from every other planet on in our system here. And that's going to take a little while, but we should get there eventually. So now that we have that done, I need to go over to Atrox because we need helium to progress the metals and stuff we're making. But I'm going to go ahead and set up one of the little temporary base thingies like I did last episode really quickly and gather up some helium, and I'll meet you back on our initial planet. Alright, so real quickly here, before we head back to Sylvia, I wanted to land back on Vesian, or Veseria, whatever it's called, something with a V, just to see if this was running, and it looks like it has been running. So we have a ton of argon ready to go. So I'm going to actually take these platforms back with us. I should have closed it beforehand, but I can do it once it's up here. And that way we really don't ever have to come back here for the time being. We don't have to worry about having enough argon to make our alloys and stuff that we're making. So that's good. So that means the one on Atrox is going to be running right now while we are up and away. I didn't wait for it to finish making a full bottle. We need the helium really quickly just to make some RTGs, I believe, is why we needed it. And we should be good to go. I'm not going to have this start up again. What was on this planet anyways that we needed? Argon, methane does not have it. Nitrogen we have, hydrogen we have. Okay, so argon's pretty much the only thing. Okay, so eventually we'll come back here and have it start up again just to get some extra argon going. But for right now we have 9 canisters of it rather, and we don't need any more for the time being. Let me head back to Sylvia and we should be good to go to make some RTGs. And with our first RTG, we are going to go ahead and put it on this Atrox little outpost so we can actually have some helium being produced a little more frequently because the power here is not super good. So we're going to go ahead and take this one back because we don't need to have 3 of them up here. I'm going to leave this guy here. In between now and next episode, I'm going to crank out as many of these RTGs as I can. It's kind of dependent on helium at the moment. I'm probably going to use the trade platform a little more frequently to get some iron. Or maybe not. I'll probably just go ahead and land on the planet now that we have a reliable source of flying. I want to let this make one more thingy, and then I'm going to go ahead and take it and go back to my planet. Okay, so we are back on Atrox for the final time this episode. I don't think I mentioned the last 2 times we were walking around here, or the last time we were walking around here, but I don't know if it's supposed to be like this or if the planet is buggy, because I'm kind of struggling to walk. I don't know if that's coming across. And every now and again I do get stuck and I have to jump. So I don't know if it's supposed to be like that or what's going on. But I went ahead and came back here with another platform because we need methane. And methane is produced on this planet. And we are currently taking the helium and not the methane. So we're going to go ahead and plop down another one of these. Let's go ahead and plop that there. We're going to plug it into this guy over here. And we're going to put down our medium storage on this side. Oops. Let's go ahead and get that going. We also have 3 more RTGs in our inventory here. I had enough stuff to trade for some iron and stuff, so I went ahead and just did that. But I'm kind of running low now on all the things there. So let's go ahead and plop that. Rotate you that way. Get you started on methane. This is going to do a lot quicker because it has 100 per millionth, and this one has 50 or 25 or something like that. It's really slow, but we have a bunch of it stockpiled. I also have a rover with us. Let me go ahead and plop down the RTG so this thing's not struggling for power. Oops, come on now. There we go. So now it should have enough power to supply both of them. It's still a little red. If we need to, I could plop down a 3rd one on here. I'll just pick up a couple of those solar panels and stuff. But what I'm going to go ahead and do in between episodes here, because it's kind of the same thing over and over again on each one of these planets, I kind of don't want to make a video doing it over and over again. But I'm going to drive around linking up all the teleporters again. I'm going to just drive around on the rover. I went ahead and brought my seat for my other one, so it's pretty cheap just to make another one of these, so I'm not too worried about it. go there. And we have our drill bit with us. We're probably not going to use that right away. I'm going to leave it here, actually, just so I don't take up space or accidentally run it and end up getting myself stuck. But we're going to run it like this. I'm hoping one RTG is enough to power these teleport things, so I'm going to drive to that one just to check and see if it's going to be enough to power it. And if it is, then I'm going to go ahead and pop the third RTG on this base thingy here just to power the stuff here. So let me drive over there really quick and see if this is enough to power it. Okay, so even with 2 RTGs, it's not even like halfway powering these things. I'm wondering if it's because this planet is hard that it's not giving it enough power. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to get a bunch of graphene. I'm going to make some packagers. I'm going to come back and package up this stuff and fly it to another planet that is not hard and see, or maybe the moon that's right next to our initial planet. I'm gonna fly it back to there and see if it works. If it works, then I'll have the moon linked up teleport wise by the time next episode rolls around. But if it doesn't work on that planet either, then we are not going to be doing this idea here. And it might take us a little longer to get everything linked up. I was kind of hoping this would work, but it doesn't seem to be the case. I might have to make a big rover that has more slots for an RTG, and I'll go ahead and do it that way if that's the case. But for right now, we're going to leave this planet alone. We have some methane and we have some helium being produced now. I'm going to go ahead and probably take the RTGs back with me right now because those I can at least carry. I don't have to package those right away to bring them back on the ship with us. We have to package the rover here though. If I can just get out of this hole. Oh my goodness, thank you. Okay, so yeah, that's I think that's a gas thingy. We can probably unlock that eventually. But yeah, let me go ahead and grab some of this gas, some of this stuff, and head back to Sylvia really quick and probably call it an episode. I was kind of hoping we can use this to unlock everything, but again, we just don't have enough power coming through the line to do that. So let me go ahead and get some stuff here. So we're going to go ahead and call it an episode here. I'm going to go ahead and take some of the gas back to Sylvia with us. I'm going to take the storage array thingy that was here back with us. I'm going to only leave 2 of these RTGs here to run the gases. It seems to be holding up, so I don't see the point in throwing a third one down to give it excess power. There's no kind of need for it. But in between episodes, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and take this rover to the moon and see if I can power the teleports there. If I can, then the teleports on that planet will be linked up completely by the time next episode rolls around. And hopefully we have enough RTGs being made by the time next episode rolls around, maybe a couple episodes from now. I'm going to have the larger rover here on this planet and see if that's going to be able to power these things with a bunch of RTGs strapped to it. I don't want to have a train of rovers going around because I need to drill through the planet down to the core like I kind of did, except I'm going to do it a lot more sloppier. I'm just going to go straight down and just fall to it and just come back and repackage my rovers and stuff to get them out of the hole. This is going to be the final episode, I think. The frame rate on this planet is great. On all the other planets, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's my game. I don't know if it's the version of the game. I don't know what's going on, but it's like 10 frames a second. It's really irritating. So this is going to be the final one here. If you can see on my backpack, I went ahead and unlocked all the things on every planet, so we have that done. This monstrosity here is the thing I used for all of it. So I unlocked the larger one of these things that has an extra layer. So we have 6 RTGs on it, and we have 4 batteries. We have the 3rd level of drill for vehicles on it. I only used this 3rd level drill for Glacio and Atrox. The other ones I didn't need it. I used the original one that we made a while back, or that I made in between episodes a while back. And that held over for a while, and then we needed this one to actually break through the surface on one of them, on Glacio, so I had to make that. On Atrox, I went ahead and took the 2 RTGs that were on the base as well, so we had a total of 8 RTGs running with 4 batteries, and that seemed to put out enough power to power the doors and stuff there. So right now what we're going to go ahead and do is we are going to make some stuff, but first we are going to go ahead and warp on over to the space thing in the sky here. So let me go ahead and land over there in just a second. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and plop all of these down. I've yet to ever do this in any game that I've played on here, so it's going to be cool to see what happens here. So this one is 3 circles. I think it's that one. Yep. The next one is 3 dots on the outside. I believe it's this one. Nope, I missed it. Let's see. 3 circles on the inner, little ones on the outside. I think it's this one. We have a triangle. Triangle within a triangle. Kablamo. And the last one goes here. Radiation symbol. And what happens now that all of those are connected in? We have a thing in the center that pops up. Can we use this? Activate. There we go. And we unlock the galactic suit and paint and a visor, I think that is. Or an emote. Not quite sure. Well, that's pretty cool. So what do we get now? Not sure what that was. We have the initial launch thing coming overhead. A little starting thingy. What is that? Now there's like a... What is this, a portal? A hole in space? Am I about to lose my progress? I'm gonna have to start again. I hope that's not the case. There's a burrito. So now we're just starting again once we completed that. And now we got a new person coming down. That's cool. And that's how you beat the game. Oh, I didn't realize that's what was going to happen. I thought it was going to open up teleporters that I can warp around the planets and not have to constantly be space flighting my way around. Well, okay, give me 1 second here. Well, the game, you can't skip the credits. And then at the end of the credits, it decides it wants to just quit the game completely, not just shoot you into the main menu, which is a weird choice. But then it didn't want to load back into this world, so it took me a little bit to get back into it. But this is the outfit we got for it. The visor's not the visor that we got for it. That's the Nova's visor. But before we go ahead and wrap up here, I made a paver and I made a large canister. So we're going to open up the large canister. We're going to hop in our wagon here. I don't really care what happens to the planet anymore. I'm probably not going to play this anymore, to be honest. So we're going to drive around. We're going to pick up what we can. We just turn this on. It's going to tear through the dirt here. Is it filling up that canister? It is. Okay, let's try and just go for it here. It's going to fill up pretty quickly. There's a lot of space in this canister. Never mind. Let me cruise around filling it up. I thought it was going to be instant like the other ones are. The little canisters. So we have 1 full canister now. It didn't take that long, actually. And it looks like we can plug in our little ones here to fill up from it, most likely. So I don't want to do that just yet. But we have the paver with us, so I'm going to open that up as well. That, I hope, pulls from that thing. It looks like you need to plop a canister into it, though. We'll see really quickly, though, just see if it actually pulls from it or not. I'm hoping this thing is like your flattening tool or your terrain tool in your hand, and it just levels out the area. Turn this thing on, and it works like the camera thing. It does. Okay, cool. So we can cruise around. It's just pulling from the... I want to make it level. I don't know if that's even a thing. Can I make a leveler, like, so I can lock it so it's only going in one direction? It's not doing weird things. But that's cool. Okay, so this probably in combination with the drill would have made going through the cores and coming back up a lot easier. Because that was probably the longest part of the whole thing, trying to drive the thing back out. I never boxed it and like dragged it back out. I always drove the thing back out, and that took a while. But I think that's gonna be it for this series. Like I said, the planets, for some reason, other than this one seems fine. Everything else is just a laggy mess for some reason. I don't know if it's just my luck. I got like a bad start at something. I don't know. It just gets really laggy. And so I think that's going to be it for this episode, this series. Hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Okay, so really quickly here, I totally spaced out. I should have probably came back here. So that last little bit here, so we went and we activated that thing. That thing ends the game. That is the story complete, the game complete, and so on. So I went ahead and came back here without my ship, because when you go to the core of the planet, you get an option to come here. So I went ahead and did that. So this is the odd stone that shows up, and I went ahead and added all these back in, and when you do that, they all show up, like depending on which one you have plugged in, they all show up back here, so you can teleport to them as a planet as itself. I didn't realize that was an option. I thought it was an option, and I thought that's the thing in the middle was that, but it was not. But yeah, you come back here and you can use this to warp around to the planets. And I had hoped to use this to plan out bases and stuff and just use these to go there, but that's not going to be the case. But yeah, so this is the end here. So hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.